I'm still learning. I'm learning from this guy next to me, AC, the promoter. But
Shit.
my original DJ name in the beginning, AC, was the party promoter because I was
Shit.
promoting parties and I was doing big things and I had a car club. And I started off when I was 15 with the record hops. And it was an old white guy, Jewish guy that came to Arizona from Jersey. And he was one of the first DJs that I met. I was like in seventh grade, and we were doing this walkathon for not muscular dystrophy. It's March of Dimes, and of course, they're doing what they're doing, but all the kids, we had to walk 20 miles in town and stuff like that. And I'm like seventh grade, and then we get to Phoenix College, and there's this trailer, and there's this guy up there with a couple of twins, like go-go dancers, and he's playing records. And I met Stuart, and then a few years later in high school, I seen him again, and I started passing out the record hop cards. So he was doing dances like at Immaculate Heart, St. Anthony, St. Mary's Gym, all the high schools, and he was charging $2 to get in, and we were kids. We were going to the dances. It was for the teens, and I would set up and break down, and I would run the light show on the stage. He had these big square boxes of like Saturday Night Fever movie, the dance floor.
Yeah.
He had the wall dance floor. It was the wall light show.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing that was in the movie on the floor. So he was ahead of the movie, but I would run the light show. We'd put it together, and there's super strobes on top, and I'd make the whole house shake. And we would do dances in like 500, 800 people because I would go to all the high schools. I would pass out, there were little business cards called the record hop, and it would have the date and the location and $2 to get in.
$2. That's like $20 now.
Well, it was a lot back then. You know what I mean?
That's
It's been all of us, and we built it up. So I learned how to promote from Stuart because what was I doing? I was in high school. I was going to West High, which is Metro Tech now, and I was going to East, North, South Side. I was going to everywhere, Carl Hayden. And eventually what happened with that is everyone throughout Phoenix and all the different sides of town got to know who I was. It's the record up kid, you know what I mean? So I became neutral. And I eventually, as a promoter, it worked because I got to know everybody. They got to know me. And then when they're at the dances, who's up on stage running the light show? I was. And then my partner, my friend that grew up downtown, Ronnie Cole, DJ Ronnie Cole, we both worked for Stuart. And to this day now, go forward, rest in peace, Stuart. Ronnie and I own the name to Record Hop. So we're the Record Hop kids now. So we own that. That was the beginning, a long time ago.
Jeez,
we got a comment up there that says, is that the man, the myth, the legend? I remember hearing his name when growing up around here. So they're just complimenting you, man, about how long you've been around and stuff.
Yeah, I've been around a long time.
Yeah.
It's true. I have. I started basically when I was like 15, 12 to 15, but I learned from Stuart. Then later I started DJing too. So I put it all together. And then eventually I had even a car club. So I had New Dimensions Car Club. And one day, we're doing our thing.
You got a message that says, "What's up, Godfather? Shout out to you from Fort Worth, Texas."
What up?
From Houston, Texas. My bad.
DJ Tom. How you doing, Tom? Yeah.
What's up, man?
He's on Twitch. He's a badass DJ. He's coming February 8th. He's gonna hang out with us over at Coops, and he's gonna get in there. He's gonna DJ. He's a Twitch DJ. He's a friend of mine, and him and Manny G and some friends from Texas are coming down. So can't wait to see you. Shout out, Tom.
Jeez.
So when did you get your start in the radio?
So radio. Let's. My start in radio was when I was that kid calling in the request line and being that prize pig. Like I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
Grade school. So we all learned how to do that, and later, what happens is I'm doing events. I'm at the car club level, and I told the guys in the car club, I said, you know what? We're going to make $20,000. We're going to do a couple of dances, and go from there. So we're going to make some money. And then most of the guys go, yeah, right. So, but a couple of friends of mine, we already knew from what we learned. So what we did is we put it together, and we did a 10-kegger drinking jam. I went to Coors. And I said, we're going to rent out St. Anthony's. And we got their little reception hall at St. Anthony's, which is still there. Coors gave us 10 free kegs because we put them on the flyer. And we had a big ass party. And we had like about 800, 1,200 people there. So we only charged $5 to get in, and the beer was free. You know, by the end of the night, the whole floor was wet inside there. And I remember the father at the time going, "No more like this," because we were all mopping it up.
Was it beer or pee?
It was
or
beer.
both?
It was probably both and throw up. But everybody had a great time, and then we started doing the dances from 10 keggers to 20 keggers, and we went from inside to doing outside. Off of 7th Avenue in Gregory, we had an acre yard to where we would go like every so many months, and we would put a portable dance floor out on the middle of an acre yard,
right?
Because they were the horse property, and what they were 4x8 sheets that we would put together, about 20 of them as a dance floor, and we would get the big U-Haul. The ice house was down the street from my house. I'd go and blow the ice all on top of all the kegs, and we'd take it because the kegs were right there encased in ice, and we'd start popping each keg. And by midnight, it was so packed in the yard because there was car club and dance and free beer. It was packed, and the kegs were empty by midnight. You can't do that no more because eventually a few more of those, they started raiding me. So that actually started probably the whole story about Benny getting raided. But that's another story.
We got a whole hour, man. We got a whole hour. Yeah.
Damn.
Welcome back, Mike.
Thank you. Yeah, you know, I always gotta run back. I gotta get my steps in, you know. I got about 17 in right now. So we out here grooving, man. So that's super dope. I see a lot of comments, man. You know what I'm saying? They really respect your hustle. You out there doing your thing, man. Is it still exciting for you when you go out there and do what you do?
Always, you know, I get nervous planning and thinking, is it going to be good? Is it not going to be good? You still get the same feelings, and, you know, to go and the best thing is the planning and the accomplishing the goal is always what I've done. I love planning an event or a party or helping somebody or even watching someone come up young and just do his thing. You know, he sees what's going on, he learns, and then you put your own mark on it, your own trade on it, and then you incorporate and move forward and be successful. Not too many people have really been successful, but you know, there's some good ones, there's some bad ones, there's some haters, there's some positive. I've seen it basically all, but one thing I've always said is after that's all said and done, I'm still going to be around and you guys are going to be gone because nobody has the passion or the drive or the time to keep it going and do what it takes to keep it going. This man does right here next to me, AC the promoter. I got to give him props. Stating my name is one thing or a variation on my name, but you know what? That's always a compliment, but he didn't know that. So my original name was the party promoter. He's AC the promoter. He is the promoter. I love watching him.
And the party.
And he loves the party. And we're going to be partying this weekend on Friday.
We just seen your videos. You're still doing it in the hotel room. We ain't talking about that.
We were in Reno this last weekend. I managed Trino and Adam, man. Trino and Adam, I just saw them comment. So you know what I'm saying? They're huge influencers that you know, I want to give them their kudos. They have a lot of kudos already, but I'm still gonna do that. That's what I do.
Trino and Adam, what up?
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna be at Coops Friday night. Coops Bar and Grill, Peoria, 83rd Avenue in Peoria. He's gonna be one of the DJs there, but he says he runs the lights. But
well, I got accused of that, but
Stephanie
but
Alvarez,
it's kind of true.
Stephanie Alvarez says, "Shout out to AC."
Hey, what's up, Stephanie? How you doing? Hey, yes. So Friday. It's
Sorry for interrupting.
Free, no cover. Come out. I hope you guys come out, man. For real, it's Friday night. It's the Trino and Adam's first time ever to Arizona, first event. So it's at Coops, man. Shout out to my boy.
This Friday?
Yeah, this Friday. Tim Marquez, man. We're gonna be there. It's gonna be packed. It's gonna be super packed. We're promoting it. It's gonna be super packed, and I would love for you guys to be there. Like, get some footage, get some behind the scenes, man. I fuck with you guys real tough. I always have, and I always will. And you guys always show me love, respect, and you know what I'm saying. And this guy right here, this guy's a legend right here, man. I remember him on the Party 103.9. You know what I'm saying? Before there was Steve coming in for the desert.
Steve,
you know what I'm saying?
Steve.
And what you guys don't know too, man, is this guy's a triple bypass heart surgery survivor. You get triple bypass.
Yes.
Quadruple.
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 Oh, my bad.
You had to clarify.
Hold her up, baby.
Throw the dubs on there.
It went from this nipple to that one all around to the back and back in. It's like, ouch.
Ah, gee. It sounds ouch.
What's
So,
up, Smiley?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, man.
What time does it start Friday night?
it was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's the party, the DJ is going to be there. You know, saying we're going to pull up, at our time, but, they fly in and we're doing that Friday night. Saturday we'll be at Bodegas, Trino and Adam and myself. Also, Danny G is going to be with us too. He's going to be at all of them with us. We'll be at Bodegas at Westgate. It's going to be lit too. They're loving it. They made some.
That's right next to the Fat Tuesday.
Yeah.
Man,
One thing about
I'm sorry, if they've never been out here in Arizona, man, they're gonna be fucking.
They've never been here. Wait, I'm bringing
Shit,
them right.
They're gonna
Go.
stay, bro. They're gonna
One thing
stay.
about
Trino and
Friday.
Adam put A is gonna be lit in Phoenix.
He's going to be performing Friday night at Coops. So,
Oh,
so gotta throw that in. He's going to
yeah.
be on stage.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna perform.
man.
But not only that, Trino and Adam are performing the first time ever out
Oh,
here.
shit.
Yeah, they got a song called "Vibe Out." Look it up. It's dope as hell. Video. Shout out Trino and Adam. Their daughter Natalie is in the video. She dances for the LA Clippers.
Oh,
Los
shit.
Angeles Clippers, and shout out to her too.
Yeah.
Their family. Yeah.
No snow.
Yeah. They've been on there. Katy Perry, she collabed with them. Like they did some stuff with her, and it's just amazing. Follow them if you don't know them. Follow them on TikTok. Trino, the letter X Adam. Trino X Adam, or also on Instagram. Follow the same name, and Facebook is Trino Adam space Adam. And follow him, man. Like I said, I'm their official manager. I live in Arizona. They live out of LA. And we're gonna do this, and we are doing this, and we're doing it Friday night with this guy right here and DJ Dooney, special guest.
Dooney's going to be there. You know what? If you guys want to come in, and I don't know if you want to record or even go live from the Coops, you can come in there. I got enough room on the stage. Just don't get in the way of me running the lights, because I don't want to get fired.
Read that.
No, I know. I see that. It's saying, haha, AC, damn, man, I forgot about Steve coming in from the desert, and that is 103.9 back in 1996.
The party.
Arizona's party station.
Camelback or Indian School and Scottsdale.
I remember hearing that. That's
I
cool.
remember that when it first came out, man. It was like
Stetson.
it was like an underground kind of shit.
Do you remember Frank Lozano? He was a DJ on there. Right? I knew him from Power 106 in LA because I'm from California. People think I'm from here. I am from here now. I love Arizona, and I'll play. I'm from here, and my kids are from here, so I live for them. Fuck me.
You know,
You know what I'm saying? So
a handful of DJs that eventually became large started off, part-time and then coming over here because Rick Thomas at the time, who worked at KUKQ, where I was the last KUKQ DJ back in March 87, the last Sunday of
I
March
wasn't born yet.
1987, youngster.
Was it 1060
I was born.
KUKQ, right?
1060 KUKQ.
AM.
I'm the
Damn,
last.
I remember that shit. I grew up on that.
Oh,
I grew up on that shit, man.
I was 3. Yeah, no.
I'm the last
I was-
DJ from there that went from
I was-
urban,
Uh-huh.
rhythmic to country. You're bringing country, and I hated it. But here I had a 1963 Impala convertible lifted all around, and I'm inside, and I'm doing country, and I got my car, I got a picture of it in here, but I got my car parked in the parking lot, all the way pancake, convertible 63 Impala, and then I'm doing country inside. So one day I stayed 3 months, and then one day I noticed my toe was tapping, and it was going. I looked down and I looked up, and I go, because I went to KQ because it was urban. It was our music, which is, of course, it is now freestyle, which started back then. It is the old school music. And I went there because that's where the music was. And I was doing the big parties on the streets, same thing. And it worked together, but country didn't work. And so what I did is I let one record play at one night, and I was doing midnight to 6 over there still. And I went and slept in the convertible for about an hour. I had the radio on, and I just heard this shh, 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 shh. That's the needle from the album at the end. And I went back in and finished the shift. The next day I quit because, and then eventually I went at Power 92, went to Power 92, and then from Power 92 to 103.9 Arizona's party station. So I was lucky to not have to go outside of Phoenix Market to become a radio DJ. I got lucky because I built a name for myself as Benny Arce with all the events, all the parties, and everything in between. So kind of grew because I always wanted to be on the radio. But I got to give a shout out to Alex Santa Maria, because back in the day when I was doing the parties, I hired Alex to work to DJ some of the parties, and then I would buy the commercial time on KQ. So I was doing commercials and buying them and doing parties, and I was learning both ends. And I'd go in, Alex and I would do a commercial together, and Alex would go, say this on the mic, and he would write it out, and he would do one part and I would do mine, and I did mine, and he goes, damn, why do you sound like me? I said, because you said do it like this, and I copied you. And he started laughing, and from there, I learned from Alex a lot. I went to broadcast school, and I had a job waiting for me at 1060 KUKQ, which eventually I was there for about 4 or 5 years, and till the end, and then of course we went country. So I had a fun life and doing the big parties and going from there.
Wait, we're not done. Who remembers Benny's on 19th Avenue in McDowell, the nightclub, Benny's nightclub? That's his. That's him.
Well,
that's Benny.
Well, the beginning of that was in Maryville in 1989. Because before that, here's what got me into the bars, and this is what happened. We went
the dome.
No,
the
that's
dome.
You're still doing
the bridge.
You're still doing way after because you're youngster.
Yeah.
1987 March, KQ went country. I'm there till 3 months later, and then my uncle, he buys a bar downtown Phoenix on Lincoln and Central called Sevilla's.
Yeah,
K&L. So my uncle calls me. He says, I'm having an issue with the DJ, and you need to come over here and DJ. And I said, I was still doing my big parties, Americana Hotel, the big hotel parties. And I said, no, that's a friend of mine's. And I said, I'm not stepping on nobody's toes. And in the time, I'm your Theo, you need to come. I said, no. He started that bar. That's his crowd. I'm not doing that. Right. And I said, we're like day and night. And you know what he did? My uncle, rest in peace, he pulled the dirty card on me. He called my mom.
Damn snitch.
And he did. And he told my mom, and my mom goes, that's your uncle. He's your godfather. You're going. I go, oh, fuck. Yeah. I go, damn. So I went. As soon as I get there, I had a young DJ that was learning from me named Carlos Relas. And I go, Carlos, you're going to go. and he goes, no. So we both went. And I get there, I'm going, where do I set up? They had a little kitchen and they had a little dance floor. And they go, you gotta set up on the kitchen on the stove. I go, I'm not putting my turntables on the stove. The pilot lights were still lit. So what I did is I turned the gas off. I'm not gonna blow up and have the, you know what I mean? It was crazy. It was
vinyl back then, vinyl, right?
Vinyl, yeah. So what we did, I turned the gas off. I made sure there was no pilot lights lit. I put the coffin on top and the turntables. When I got there, it's like all these people are pissed off. You know what I mean? They're all talking shit. They're talking major shit, like because they love the other DJ, which I knew. And rest in peace, he passed away. We were like day and night, so there was a big difference between us, but we were both promoters, and we both had a following on the streets.
Right.
So only difference was I ended up being on the air now. So I was on radio and still doing the streets. And then what happened with him and my uncle. And the beginning, people were booing, they're talking shit, they were mad. A little bit into an hour, then they started cheering. It's like, then they realized, oh, that shit, that's fucking Benny from KQ. And I'm going, okay, we're here. But then at the end, they go, we love you. It's like when you're losing in a game, and then you come back and you win hard. But most people don't know. All they know is what the DJs and the other people were mad because most people at bars, when there's a new owner, and I'll be honest, I'll tell you, because I learned this. You buy a bar, they don't like the new owner coming in because it's their bar. They want to keep it their way. They don't want change. They want their little drinking hole. Exactly. And so they start rumors, and I'm drunk and I'm here. And then if you got old staff that's getting ready to get fired, they're back and forth talking shit about it and giving the new owners a hard time on change, evolve, and moving forward. So best thing, if you're going to buy a bar, best thing to do is go in and clean house and get rid of the drama. Yeah, because I learned the hard way. Yeah, my first bar, it's like we changed it, but there was still that negativity and the drunks, and then sometimes you have to go in there and clean house with some of the staff. But I've had great people working for me and ending up being friends with me all these years. But the first bar was Indian School on 51st Avenue, the heart of Maryvale, next to the car wash, which now is a dirty bookstore. So it's like,
it probably was then too.
It's like, yeah, and that's what started the first times with the rage with me. It was the bar, because what I did in AL3, Albert's listening, they're going to watch it. Albert tosses us out, and Albert's so cool with everybody. I was also, when I was at Power 92, I was the cruising spokesman. So we were having meetings because they were going to implement that ordinance, no cruising in Maryvale. I mean, no cruising on South Side, South Phoenix, and over at the Metro Center, which is now gone because it was a circle drive.
Power 92.3. Yeah,
That's when I was.
So when I was in Dago, I used to hear about that station out here, like Power 92.3.
I was at Power, the original power station. I grew up down the street, Power 92. It was 100,000 watt stick. Yeah. Fred Weber was the owner, and that was my second station. But I'm there. I'm in promotions, and I'm on the radio, and I'm also the spokesman for the cruising. So getting interviewed over at Metro Center and different places, and finally I'm spending a couple of $1,000s for my bar on Indian School for commercials, and I thought to myself, they don't care what we want. They're just looking at you, a bunch of minorities and lowriders that don't deserve nothing, aren't contributing to anything. The thing about it is, we pay for gas, we buy food at the stores, we go to Circle K. Granted, there's some dramas that have come along with people out there on the streets, but with my commercial and the power of radio and what I put together is, I said, the cruise has changed from South Side, Central, to the West Side, 43rd Avenue, Indian School Road, all the way to 59th and Indian School Road. So my whole commercials for 2 weeks did that. And my bar was right in the middle. 43rd Indian School, 59th Indian School, 51st in Indian School, my bar right there. So the cruising, it's packed. The city was mad. The police was pissed. So they started blocking off my driveway and hurting the business. And eventually I moved the cruising from Central to the West Side, and it ended up on Thomas and 51st and 43rd area. So I had to move it because we weren't going to have it no more. So I figured, do what it takes to do what we all need, because I've always done things for the community. It's not right if the city's going to tell you, you can't do this, you can't have this, we don't want you guys out here, which is maybe going to start happening again with the police pulling Latinos and blacks over again, because what's happening with the transition of the presidency and that worry with and I'll say it, the white community, the demographics from the 80s to now was projected that the Latinos were going to be so much greater than the white population, and the black population was going to be coming up as well, that the Anglo, the white population, was going to be a minority by this time. And of course, the powers that be, they've been undermining and changing and attacking us socially and politically and with laws to make it harder for us to be citizens and for anyone coming over from some other country to become citizens, mainly Mexico, because they don't really bother the other countries.
Right.
And then the other countries, if you know, you see a lot of them opening up stores. I'm getting political now, which I wasn't planning on it.
Because they
They give them money to come over and open up this, open up that. They didn't do that for us, you know, or the doctors and everyone coming over from different countries. But as far as from us, they don't really give us nothing, you know. But
They got a comment that says it shows how much radio has changed. They don't even mention cruising anymore at all on the radio or anything like that. They don't.
don't get me started. You know, I'm probably going to get somebody mad at me.
It's okay, man.
Shit.
It's okay.
Man,
Well,
Who's gonna get mad at you, man? You're the Godfather, bro.
You do hear it every now and then. You kind of hear it. You somewhat get the feel of it, but it's not the realness. You know, you do hear cruising,
Oldies, yeah.
this,
Cruising,
that,
yeah.
or remember when. But think about it. When you're hearing that coming out of those DJs' mouths, which I'm going to say it anyway, and it's going to come out and they're going to go, oh, Benny's just mad. I'm not mad. It's like, you're not real. You're fake. I see what you guys are doing. You're getting that publicity for listeners and audiences, and I see what you're doing. Well, you probably
trying to ride the cloud.
you earned some of that
So to
credibility, and you're
Right.
doing what you're doing, which is good. You're doing good. But were you out on Central? Were you driving a lowrider? Were you hitting switches? Were you doing any of that? You weren't out there.
Yeah.
You want to take credit for cruising or Central or this and that. It's okay. It's okay to go. Remember in Candle Park? Remember, but were you there? You know, we remember because we were all there.
Yep.
So, you know,
I was a kid. I was there. I just wasn't. I was in
Very
the car.
fond
I was in the passenger
and
seat.
if you were there once or twice, okay, I get it. You know, you had a taste of it, but it wasn't your lifestyle or nothing like that. So how much real are you on that when, you know, everything was happening or being created from a couple other people? And I okay. And maybe that's why I don't get interviewed that often, because the realness and if you're going to be real, be real.
Keep it real.
And if you're going to promote something on your forum, get the real people that did that or
Right.
was a part of that. Don't go, we're doing this, but it's only half-assed, because it is half-assed. It's not the realness. It's not the credibility. And okay, I see what you're doing to a point, but that other 70% of what you're trying to be, that's not your lifestyle. That's not what you lived. That wasn't life for you.
Yeah.
Get the real ones that
The
were out
movie,
there
yeah.
and
Right.
kick down the doors, you know, knock down a wall, went around the whole system and made them look the other way while you took us all in one direction. And they go, oh, fuck, go raid him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
And they're the people that don't go home with lowriders. They don't go home to that lifestyle that you're talking about.
but maybe now they might,
on
you know.
the radio, on the radio, they're all about the life.
Yeah,
But going home, they're going home and they're oh shit, that is a NASCAR.
yeah.
Yeah.
How the hell your phone just find that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's screen.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah,
Yeah.
my 63 right there, convertible. And I got trophies still for hopping back in the day. And thing about that is, from back in the day, a couple of us with the Car Club New Dimensions, we created the hops. You know, I give props to the ones that are doing hops now. You know what I mean? But the original hops was on Central Avenue at O'Keefe's. Myself, Big Rob, Bubba, who's gone missing in New Mexico. If you ever seen Daryl Johnson online going, we're looking for this man named Daryl Johnson, Bubba. His license plate was the hop, and it was a 64 Impala. And it was us three who created at O'Keefe's Saturday night the hops. I would get a street closure permit, close down the whole street because they wouldn't let us park there no more. And we had an outdoor area. I would set up to DJ, and we would go, hey, it's $50 or $25 to register your car to compete for the hop, and whoever wins the highest hop wins the whole cash.
Right.
And we would do that like once a month over on Central. So we started doing that. And then, of course, the city and the police started stopping us from doing what we were doing.
Yep.
The first time we did it, they didn't know we had a street closure permit. the Southside police went ticketing everybody and started with tow trucks and towing lowriders. I had to take the paper and go to the sergeant. I go, what are you guys doing? They can't park here. It's no parking. I said, no, I got a street closure permit, which allows everybody. Please remove all those tickets you're writing and bring back and put the cars back down. They were mad at me. And I said, look at my paperwork and check. And they had to stop what they were doing.
Yeah.
You think I'd get a permit the following month or anything? They stopped that.
No,
No, because they were mad. Because
Right.
they were mad. They go, no one told us. Well, that's not my fault. I paid the money.
That's y'all communication.
That's from downtown city, and they didn't tell you, or you didn't care, because you
Probably
don't
sent
want
an
us
email or
there.
something.
Yeah, so they made it hard for us to continue certain things. But like I said, hey, when we do something, and we created that, and that's a social activity geared specifically to our minorities, to us, and we're not really minorities. Our bloodlines have been here how long? Third, fourth, fifth
Well, at least 50
generation.
years.
Yeah. Well, I'm half Italian, half Mexican, but
Right.
the Mexican side's been here forever. And of course, my grandfather came from Italy with my mom, but I'm third generation American. So what can you really do besides harassing us? We're more American than most of you guys that are mad and wanting, their world not to be upset because you don't want to be a minority.
Right.
Speaking of street closures, you just got another street closure for the event you got coming up. You're
Oh,
still getting street closures, aren't you?
Now,
you're
probably a lot
kidding me.
easier now.
2025.
Well, coming up March 15th, I'm doing a Twitch meet and greet downtown Phoenix, 2nd Street to 1st Street,
Close the
and
streets.
Adams. We're closing the street. AC is going to be there. We're going to be in front of Alec, the Latino arts venue right there. And we're going to have 10 different DJs doing a live raid, because we do raids. Because every so many days, well, every Monday, Tuesday, every day on Twitch, if you ever watch Twitch, they have raid trains. So it's a DJ in California, a DJ across the world, a DJ back in Washington, here in Phoenix. And it's like 1 hour, we raid. And the audience goes from this state to that state to watch that DJ. And we do that. And I've been doing that for the last 4 years, since 2020
What's
on
crazy?
Twitch.
What's crazy is when you got street closures before, the cops used to raid you. Now you're doing the raids. That's how you-
And I've said that. I'm going,
Advice.
I'm doing the safe raids now.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're going to do actually a live raid right there, March 15th. And you guys are more than welcome to come and broadcast live from downtown
Thank you.
if you guys want.
Do I need a ticket?
No, it's all free.
Do we need to buy a
He's
ticket?
right. It's all free.
Yeah.
It's all free?
It's all free. We started to do it February 8th, and then there was differences. We couldn't do it. Then we went to March 8th, and AC goes, what the hell's wrong with you? That's the car show.
Yeah,
March 8th.
I'm performing at the car show, so he changed it because I let him know. Like,
Yeah,
that's
I
what
didn't
promoters
know.
do.
I don't follow the lowrider car shows
Not
no
only
more.
that, Fluffy will be in town that night too.
Fluffy. Oh shit.
Yeah,
So you're not about that life no more, man?
You know,
about that life?
I
he's
I've done a lot in the lowrider community, and
He has a
when you-
lowrider limo. He does.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
black one.
I've had a couple. Yeah,
Yeah.
You had a
KRCK.
couple, or you have a couple?
I've maybe had 4 limos throughout the
You
process.
have one right now?
No, not no more right
Okay,
now.
so you had a KRCK, crack
And
radio,
crack van, yeah.
crack van, and a limo.
Well,
Lowrider.
when I started Crack Radio, I left 103.9 in 2004. So here I am, being Benny Arce, back on radio 96. I'm doing the Love Zone at night, the dedications and the slow jams, and I'm doing that from 10 to 2 a.m. and got the highest ratings out of Arizona's party station, which got a few of the DJs mad. If you're watching, I remember seeing the ratings that you were hiding from me, and that's another story. But I was doing.
We got time.
I lost track of
we got
where I
all
was.
the
I was
time.
going, AC.
We got all the time.
Gotta be the hater.
We got a big DJ Big Dog said
Big
in
Dog?
the house,
Roof.
keep up the good work, Art, AC, and Benny.
Big Dog. He's my DJ partner at Coops. That's my DJ partner now. Yeah, Big Dog's a great DJ. Follow him. Follow him.
Yeah, he is.
He's going to Vegas on Thursday. It's his birthday, so he's celebrating his birthday in
He's bummed
Vegas.
out because I planned the show at Coops after he already had it planned out. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But Coops Friday night, once again, he's DJing, DJ Dooney. Shout out Tim Marquez.
But before we finish off with all this news and this interesting podcast, actually, because I'm enjoying the conversation.
Yeah.
We got to go to commercial real quick. Give a shout out to our sponsors, man.
Real quick before we do that though, happy birthday, Larry, man! Happy 50th birthday, Larry, from Body of Clothing, man. He's
Happy
celebrating
birthday.
today.
Happy birthday, Larry.
And Brandon's birthday, our photographer. Happy birthday, Brand.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
she's out there enjoying herself too. She just turned 21. She's just legal now. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Happy birthday, guys. Hope you guys are celebrating. Be safe, man. Happy birthday, Larry, again. Hope you guys are out there celebrating and having a good time, man.
And now a commercial from our sponsors, man. Yeah, dude.
September this year, we ended up opening up a shop. So we've been open now, just went on 3 weeks at this location. 5321 North 27th Ave on 27 and Camelback, right by GCU College. We do anything from regular maintenance, tune-up. We can do regular your factory services, 20K, 30K, 60K, timing belt, water pump. Doing a motor swap right over there on that Kia. This Corvette is a clutch job. Over there, the GMC Arcadia, we're doing the head gaskets on that. And we're just here to help out people, help out the community. We like to get involved in stuff that we can. We're here Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. And then on the weekends, we're still doing some mobile.
We in the streets and in a spot. You know what's really gon' pop. Oh. We in the streets and in a spot. You know what's really gon' pop. Oh. We in the streets and we in a low. Roll up the blunt and a 4-0. I don't care if it's a cruise or a car show. Keep it clean, you gonna see me cruising, yo. Got the 96 town car sitting low with the live ride podcast, black chrome, killing the beat, and I stand alone from the West Coast and my music shows. Come on, we in the streets and in a spot. You know what's really gon' pop. Oh. We in the streets and in a spot. You know what's really gon' pop. Oh.
Power 92.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're
Across the
back,
street.
man. It's your boy Rizzy. Hey man, every time it's crazy because I be trying to map it in my head and I'm always a second off. But don't worry about it, man. I got y'all, man. How you doing, man? Now back to our story before we left off with my rude introduction or outro to our commercials. Not rude, but rude on my behalf because I didn't let the story finish. But so what do we do, bro?
Share this. No, I'm saying share this. I'm telling them share this. Go ahead, Mr. Benny RC Godfather.
Oh,
Mr. Godfather.
No, I was trying to figure out where
Well,
I was
here,
talking about until you pulled me to a different direction.
No, you got it in your own head. Started.
I did that?
Yeah. Don't
blame me.
One promoter to another. Hey, but what we could do is, a lot of people that are watching are familiar with Benny's nightclub. You just like whatever. But that was a part of people's lives. Like that was the popular. That's like irrelevant to right now. What club's popping right now out here? I know, me neither.
I don't know.
JJ's is popping.
Well,
I know that.
Well, let's just say the whole
Bring that
Westgate
back
on the weekend, all the people that go to all the bars, that would equate to the 2,000 people that used to go into the bar at Benny's on
2000
Saturday night with after hours till 3.
Most clubs can't even hold that many people right now.
Yeah,
They couldn't either.
Yeah, it's still, the building's still there. It's
Fiesta Latina.
Fiesta Latina, and it's a hall for rent. But back in the day, a guy had a little bar on McDowell off of First Street. City bought him out, and he went and got that warehouse with the money that they relocated it, and he converted it into a bar, and it's called Scenes West at the time. And a few years go by, it doesn't do good, and then somebody goes in there, and then they reopened it, and then he needed help, and a guy from Encanto Liquors was asked to help him, and he went and said, okay, I'm going to help you, but he helped himself and took the club and the license and and jacked the guy. And
Wow.
there's a lot of negativity
That's
going
thug
on.
right there, man.
Dang, Dirty Mac them.
Well, people might know about it too. It was a big pink building. Right?
Yeah,
Pink.
20th Avenue and McDowell was the second Benny's, and I was already at 1039, or 1039 was coming of age because we were still stunting Steve, and I was in the vans in the streets, and we had the Steve shirts, and a few of us were mixing live on the radio at the time, which was Alex Santa Maria was part of the beginning, and he was mixing. I was there, and we were all mixing. We had crates, and Eric Valdez, which is over at Mega right now, and so was Alex, and they were mixing live, and we were all mixing live without talking and cracking the mic. But 1996, it was Halloween. I believe it was the day before Halloween, October 30th. We came in live from the desert, and we became Arizona's party station.
Yeah.
And that was the day that I learned that I was going to be doing the dedication show that night, starting at 10 o'clock. And I was tired from the whole day. And I remember my friend Rick Thomas, when he came in town, he hit me up and he goes, I'm over here doing this. What would you like to do? And I said, part-time, because I was doing my own thing.
Right.
I had no clue he was going to put me full-time doing a dedication show. But KQ, I was doing the Sunday night party mix. I was mixing live. And I'll let you know, this is 85. I'm the first DJ on the radio mixing live on turntables on the radio. All the other stations came in 87, which was ZZP, and that was all pre-recorded. But here I am Sunday night, midnight, 8 a.m. to midnight. I'm bringing my crates, 4 or 5 crates of records. I'm mixing, and I'm also got a crate of slow jams, and I'm doing slow songs as well. And I'm doing dedications live off of the phone lines,
Damn.
not splice editing, live. Everything was.
Oh yeah.
It was. Oh, I had tape, but no, it was 4 hours every Sunday. The KUKQ party mix, and I was.
Did it sound like you was radio right now? Put your eyes in
and that was in the KUKQ party mix.
It is.
And I was doing that every Sunday. And one Sunday, I was playing all the new music too, and all the old stuff, and the Rick James, and everything that you would play in your lowrider while you were cruising. I was playing on the radio, and of course, because that was who we were. And I come in on a Monday, and our music director named Simon Bunjay was the morning guy, and he told me, he goes, "That record you played." I go, "What record?" He goes, "That record you played." I go, "I play a lot of records." I go, "What do you?" And he's getting mad at me, and he goes, "That Debbie Deb." I go, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, that or Diamond Girl." He goes, "Don't ever play those again." And it's because he was late on it. He was the music director. He didn't have it in rotation. So Ed Hamlin was my boss, and I went to his office. I go, "This guy's telling me if I play XYZ, I'm going to get fired from him." He goes, "Benny, I hired you. I'll fire you. Don't even worry about it." And I go, "Okay." And he went and handled that. I never had an issue anymore. And every Sunday night, here we are. We're doing live. I would bring in beacons in the studio, and we got the brand new building, which now is old. It's on it's on the I-10 going south to Tucson, south of Baseline. It's KUPD, KUKQ on the building. That old Pueblo. It's on the east side on that old Pueblo building. That was brand new that year they built. We went from a double wide trailer into the brand new buildings, and that's where my car was parked in the back by the back door when I'm doing country and I went to sleep. But that's what we were doing, live mixing everything, and did a lot of creating back in the day because there was a lot of nothing for us to do. I learned from the record hops. I learned from cruising. I brought them both together because I learned, and I said, okay, this is where we're going. This is at least where I'm going, taking it, and started building. And some people say I created the party scene. And I'll say I created what I learned from Stewart and I learned from cruising on Central, and I put them all together. So just like AC is the younger one, he's watching, he's learning, and he's putting his twist on everything. But at a time down the road, we were having problems in the 80s with crack, and the drug crack. And I always, since radio, I always wanted to run a radio station on FM, and I was going, cracking your FM dial. You're on crack. And I couldn't do it because it wasn't even funny to be talking about what crack was doing because it was crossing through all the neighborhoods and the black community, the Mexican, the white. I mean, crack was a real problem. But later now I got crack radio online, and what I did is I figured out on the west side of the Mississippi, all radio stations start with a K. East side of the Mississippi, radio stations start with a W, and they're 4 letters in the call letters. So I figured KRCK, and I go, okay, crack radio. I got my crack radio online.
Don't you try to use blue.
Yeah, crack radio online. So what I did is eventually I got my form of cracking the World Wide Web. And the thing about it is, if you look at it, starts with a K, ends with a K, but in the middle, what do you see?
Arce.
My last name, Arce. It's my radio station.
Subliminal.
Crack and
Yeah.
RC. And I've been doing that since 2005, since I left the Edge, because I was doing 96, the dedication show. We had some changes in the station, like always. But Eric Valdez was there, and the DJs were DJing at my bar and the Bennies. So we were all, I learned a long time ago, share the wealth. Share the stage, share the wealth. I'm not going to be the only one on the stage with the spotlight. I rather, AC, come on. You guys, come on. That's a bigger spotlight. That's a brighter stage. It's a win-win. I don't need the spotlight on me. So I learned a long time. So I would have the guys that were actually DJs DJing at the bar. We're doing commercials. They're getting paid. We're moving forward and having a good time. So it's that much bigger and better. But Eric Valdez one night, because I used to wear a trench coat and I was a lot thinner back then. I was sexy.
all right now.
Yeah.
Hey,
So Eric goes, we gotta change your name from Benny Arce. I go, but I built my name, my own image, because
were you
I
skinny,
learned
Benny?
that was sexy.
Sexy
I was
Benny.
short, but I was thin.
We just got numbered on TikTok because of what we were talking about, and so we got a live visibility restriction, so just keep that in mind when we're live.
Oh,
Well, we're talking
Are
about
we still there?
The K word.
Correct.
Oh.
Well, don't say it again.
Yeah, Lily says that.
radio.
Like, close live,
It
sorry.
was a reference to a radio station.
You got to say with a K.
We did
Where were we?
We did not-
Damn.
Are we live?
Something about you.
Facebook?
Something about you
We're
being
live on
sexy
Facebook
skinny.
and TikTok right here.
Yeah.
Beautiful cover
So
guy.
So Eric Valdez, who now is at Mega, working over there, he goes, "Got to change your name." And I go, "No, I'm Benny Arce. That I got KQ, I got Power 82. I'm here, and the sign outside the bar says Benny. It's like, why are you gonna change my name?" He goes, "You're the doctor of love," because I was doing the Love Zone and dedications, and I go, "No, I'm not ever gonna say that. That's I don't know." And he goes, "Okay, we're at Trent. You got all these 30 people, which are security, which they're beating people up." I'm going, "Nobody's getting beat up." Shut up, Eric. and he goes, "You're the Godfather." I go, "No, I'm not gonna do it." He goes, "Godfather of love." And I go, okay, no, I'm not. He goes, "Just try it once," and did it one day on the show, and Godfather of Love stuck because of the dedication show. Yeah, Eric Valdez, shout out to Eric Valdez and Mega. He's the one who changed my name, but I'm still Benny. But he did that, and that's
AKA
true,
the Godfather.
yeah, true story. It's Eric Valdez, and you can hear him and see him doing his thing over at Mega with Alex and everyone over there. Okay, and where else are we going from here? Because we got a link somewhere.
Oh man. Well, I was interested in the story, man. So I don't know where we was going. I'm
Okay.
listening.
So it's story time. I'll keep going.
Oh man,
Keep going.
Okay.
The dome.
I'll keep
Oh, yeah,
going.
see,
Yeah,
I-
the dome.
I'm way too young for these stories, so this is like history class for me right now. So I'm in here just soaking it up.
So what happens? 80s and 90s. We're having gang issues, and I'm a high school kid in the beginning. What did Stuart do for me? What did the record hops do for me? I was a gang leader at the time.
In the 80s,
In the 80s, I ran a neighborhood downtown Phoenix. I was a gang leader. And what did Stuart do with what I was doing? And he gave me access to every neighborhood in Phoenix by passing out those little record hop cards to all the high schools. So I became neutral, even though I was part of something, which was like, oh, your west side, south side, north side. I was neutral because the dances, the social activity, the social activity of music and dancing gave me access to every neighborhood, south, west, east, north, every neighborhood. So I ended up becoming neutral.
It's not up there for some reason.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
they posted.
That's funny. That's funny.
The body of a
That's
guy.
funny.
Cut
So-
it out.
Man.
That's funny.
They know you.
He just throws me off because he knows I'm an old guy and I lose track.
You just walk through neighborhoods.
So back
We
to
had-
back to the dome.
Yeah, well,
How did that come about?
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
we had problems with the gangs in the 90s. So
Yeah.
I was doing the parties and I started doing the parties again because the police would harass me. And a couple of years, you got to slow down. And people said, Benny, just change your name. Hell no. I worked too hard doing what I've done
Right.
and for a lot of people. And I thought to myself, I'm going, it's 1994. I started doing the street parties again. I started doing El Molino, different places. And then I figured I was a counselor for a while and I'm going to incorporate a nonprofit agency and get a 501c3. So I created the Arizona Latin Association Community Productions and got incorporated and sent the paperwork over to the IRS, and I got a 501c3 in 1994 to 96. So 96, I'm back with the bar with Benny's because that opportunity opened up and I'm on radio. So made a deal with the owner, which Jack, the prior owner, which we talked about a few minutes ago. And the door was mine. The beer was his, the liquor was his. And when I saw that we had more people not drinking and he was not making money at the bar, I said, you know what? I'll split the door with you. Because it doesn't make sense for me to be getting all this money, which is 20, 40,000 possibly in the weekend, and him get nothing. And then eventually the buildings close
Well,
down.
you just throw the numbers out there like that's just 20, 40,000 in a weekend.
Well, it
Yeah,
makes
no.
sense, because people, I don't know who's listening, but some of them maybe be promoters or somebody, and then they go, Benny's making sense because he's talking numbers, because that's the only way that you move forward is when you know what you're talking about. And there's other people that have just been full of shit and they have a dream but don't know how to put it together, but yet they want to use people to move forward to get something for free. And
Message.
and then that whole thing eventually doesn't go far. So if you know who you are who you are. But I'm not specifically
If
saying
you think we're
that.
talking about
I'm-
you,
I'm
we
just-
are.
I don't know. I'm
No,
just
I'm saying
saying.
if you think if you're guilty.
Well, I'm just saying because I've seen it. Like I said in the beginning earlier, you're here, I'm here, but I'll be here after you're done. I'm not saying gone, but done because they don't have the drive or the passion or the knowledge to keep going. They just go, I see dollars. I want that. Well, you better put the hard work into it and create your own and stop trying to steal or go or whatever. But if somebody helps you and you get it and you have a good event, then good for you. And then you're going to learn. I've learned. I had bombs. Shit.
Yeah.
I go, I lost my ass, but you learn.
Yeah.
You learn. I got beat up from the Civic Plaza. I did about 3 events there, and the first one kicked my ass. The second one, I beat the Civic Plaza. The third one just broke even. So I did a car show at the Civic Plaza, probably the only person outside of Lowrider Magazine at the time frame to do a car show at the Civic Plaza and be successful. But the year before, I did a Christmas Eve party there, which bombed, because it was Christmas Eve.
Your risks.
You
It's
can't
risks.
beat, I couldn't beat Jesus.
Yeah.
I couldn't beat baby Jesus at Christmas Eve.
Baby Jesus.
And I wasn't trying to, but I figured, hey, it's a holiday. Let's have a party. But I learned. And then the last one was 1993 with Mr. Grimm, New Year's Eve, Civic Plaza. We did
He lives out
a
here,
New
right?
Year's Eve. I haven't seen him since back then.
He lives out here in
No,
Mesa.
I didn't. Why? Because of me. He goes, hey, I like Phoenix. Let's go.
And the car shows. Did you ever do the Mesa Super Show?
When I was at Power 92, I worked it with the station, but I hopped my car and I think I came in second or third
At the Mesa show?
with my hardtop 63.
Nice.
Yeah, at the Mesa show with the
Right.
Society Car Club.
Oh,
But it
nice.
was fun, and AL3 was on stage inside that day. I remember that. And then I had to get back to downtown to work.
Oh,
So,
wow.
but it was a fun day. It was work, because I
Right.
worked as promotions back then. So I was lucky when I'm on the air to be part of all kinds of events. So it's not only doing my stuff, I'm helping other people with their stuff with the station, in which I've learned so much. But getting back to the streets, when I had the bar in 1990, things happened where I was no longer at the bar. But I did incorporate a 501c3 at the time, and the after hours was a program for the anti-gang program. So most people thought, let's go to the club, let's go to the bar, let's go to the club. But you're 18 and over, which is legal to get in. But it was designed to slow down the gang, knock down the walls, north side, south side, west side, east side. And so I started working on that in 1994, got the 501c3. So after I left from the Bennies, I thought to myself, how the hell am I going to beat myself with the bar and all the commercials, spending $3,000 a week on advertising? And it's still similarly there because I got jacked from that owner, which I should have watched a little bit more because he jacked the other owner. But it was limited though. You're not me, so how much longer are you gonna? I knew it. You're not me, so you're gonna only go so far. And some of the people I brought in, they don't know shit other than what they were told to do. If you're watching, that's funny.
Message.
So what I did is I went and found a warehouse building, hence under the 7th Avenue Bridge. The building there, I rented it. We remodeled it inside. We threw gray paint on the walls and on the ceilings. We got gallons of fluorescent paint, pink and green. We all put old clothes on. Doug, Tony, the bouncers, all of us. We put old clothes on and we put gloves on. And we stuck our hands in the paint, picking the paint, throwing it, making designs. And then we put
black lights.
We put black lights in there, excuse me. And when the black lights were on, you couldn't see the walls. All you saw was the glowing neon paint, and it looked like a universe and a universe and a universe. And the front door, you had an entranceway that went to a window, and you pay to get in. You go this way, and you go into the first room. There's a DJ booth. There's 2-3 pool tables. There's a jukebox in the other corner. And then you have a doorway going that way and doorway going that way. You got a tall room over there with speakers. Excuse me. And you got the main long room over there with 2 sound systems, the dome. The restrooms, let me get a drink.
Yeah. Oh, you got one? Yeah. Let's get you a water.
The restrooms, we had one restroom in one side, a restroom in the other side, and a kitchen, and then of course the front window. But we had a gated side area with a roll-up door. So what I got is about 16 porta johns.
Porta johns, yep.
Yeah, 8 for the girls, 8 for the guys. Got to use the restroom, go outside, and it's hot inside. They cool down. So the dome, anti-gang program. It wasn't a nightclub. Everybody said, "Let's go to the club."
That was what, 7th Avenue underneath the bridge.
Sorry,
underneath 7th Avenue Grand, right?
Underneath 7th Avenue Bridge,
Yep.
7th Avenue in Buchanan.
Yep.
And the cops started raiding us, and the inside of the walls I had in big papers, 501c3, all our laws. We were exempt from a dance hall use permit. We were exempt from everything that they threw at us, and they still kept coming in, and they used the fire department to close us down a few times. But I was always determined not to get the program shut down, even in the early years. And I would reopen the next weekend. And they would get mad because they're not ready. They think, "Oh, we shut him down. We shut him down. We arrested him. We did this. We did that." And here we are open again. So I had a big yard outside too. So when they said I couldn't use the building, we just fenced off the yard.
Yep.
There's no laws pertaining to the yard, period. We got our porta johns. We got our yard. We got our music. We got our air conditioning. It's because we're outside. It's winter. You know, we did Grandmaster Flash. Thanks. Halloween night. We did big events too. And the city was mad, but one night, it was kind of rainy season. One of the lieutenants finally came and knocked and talked to me. He goes, "Benny, this is going on. They're upset and this and that." And he goes, "Why don't you work with us?" I said, "Well, I was always open to working with you guys, but you guys kept accusing me of things that we're not doing." And I go, "Why don't you guys just knock and ask what I'm doing?" This is an anti-gang program. We're not asking no one for money to pay for anything. It's a self-supportive, nonprofit social activity geared towards youth. We got an exemption.
Yep.
The door pays electricity. The door pays for the bouncers. The door pays for everything. And what do I get? I said, I invested from my own pocket to make this happen, you know? So it's for the community. I said, if you're out here at night, we have mothers and fathers dropping off their teenagers, and they'll talk to me. I'll go talk to them in the car. And I say, come back at this time and pick them up. They're safe. You see our security. And then I started hiring sheriffs. And then the Phoenix police asked me, well, why don't you hire us? And I go, all you're worried about is off-duty money, off-duty work. The sheriffs will handle it. They're another outside agency that can watch you with what you're doing wrong. So I started documenting stuff. But eventually, you know, they ruined it because City of Phoenix applied for gang budget money federally, and they were lying on the gang numbers because in 96, 97, the gang walls fell down with the dome, with the parties, with the Bennies after hours. There was no more fighting. There was no more West Side, South Side, North Side.
Yeah.
There was no more. I turned most of them all into party crews. So what did the anti-gang, the gang task force, remember we had the gang task force?
Bastards.
Do you remember what they changed their name
They're
to?
still here.
No.
No,
Do you remember? Well, no, they are,
Right.
but they're not called the gang task force no more. Do you know what they changed it to?
I don't remember.
The party crew task force. Because I
Oh, is that
changed
what it
the
was?
gangs into party
Yeah.
crews. And
Oh,
the thing
shit.
about it is, it's like, really, you guys, come
Why they still
on.
take pictures of all my tattoos?
Because
They're still gang affiliated.
and they're still asking for federal dollars and probably lying about it, but you know, that's what happened. And that's just part of my world that I'm sharing. And thank you for the forum to get this out because most people didn't know. And if you were a part of the dome, keep in mind that is, I didn't tell you it wasn't a nightclub. You guys thought it was a nightclub. It was a place for you to socialize, dance to music, and meet friends and meet new friends and go home safe.
Yeah.
And you weren't going to
That's
get killed.
It was
Because
safe too.
earlier years, I lost a lot of friends in drive-bys at the house parties or afterwards with the shootings. And my whole thing was I was going to stop that. And I was going to meetings with the city of Phoenix for a long time with Mayor Rose Wilcox and a handful of them. And here we are having a meeting to have a meeting to have another meeting and not accomplishing a damn thing.
Jack shit.
And they're talking about cruising. We're talking about this. And I would tell them my ideas. And sometimes I got frustrated and I would say, well, why don't you just have them cruise in front of the police station in Jefferson and Washington around the parking lot? And I was being sarcastic.
Right.
They gave $10,000 to somebody to do that. To have the cruise try to have a cruise zone in front of the police station. I'm going, really, you stupid motherfuckers? That was a joke. You know, can I? Yeah, it's internet. I
Yeah,
can
you can
cuss.
cuss.
No, I think I started cussing in 2004 or 5 when I started crack radio. Sorry, TikToker, whoever that was.
K-pop.
KRCK.
It's a radio station.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's like, really, you're gonna do that? But I created the anti-gang program,
Yeah.
and a lot of people went home safe to keep going, and a handful of them still come out and party with what AC does and with what I do, and a handful of them are grown-ups and they got their kids, and I'm going, you know,
They come party with the kids.
because I got to know them, you know, at the events, and I've watched them grow, and they're still here alive and being very successful, and yeah, they had fun because they'll say, "Remember when we partied?" And I go, "Yeah, I remember the
Remember
gang
all
program.
that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dang,
and
that's
I remember
dope.
how safe it was, and you guys still were having fun."
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's what it's all about,
I
man.
love those days, man. That brought back a lot of memories right now, man. It sure has, bro. I mean, that dome. I mean,
that's the behind the scenes of
Yeah.
what it was really all
what
about.
it was about, yeah.
That's
Me
dope.
being a kid going in there, that was it was a sight, bro.
You was a teenager.
Oh, you went
Oh,
to the dome?
Yeah, man. That's
Okay.
What I know about the dome.
There you
Man,
go.
I had no idea till right now.
Yeah,
I was today years old
yeah,
when I heard
it
about
was,
this.
It was definitely a packed house, man. Almost every night.
And you know what the location was? 7th Avenue,
Underneath.
under it. But you know what that was?
What?
the 7th Avenue 7, the police
What's
that would go
city?
drinking there, and they would drink late night, and they were pissing on the homeless people. The 7th Avenue 7 that got in trouble.
Yeah.
That's exactly was a little area to where they were doing what they were doing. They got in trouble because they were pissing on the homeless,
Trying to warm them up.
and they were being mean. They were being mean. So we got the building.
Right.
We got our paint sprayers. We cleaned all the graffiti underneath the pillars of the 7th Avenue. We cleaned it up. It was no longer graffitied. It was all clean. And we got new lighting put out there and on the building. I mean, we created a safe zone, but it was no longer the 7th Avenue 7s.
Right.
Yeah. So, and that was just history and the location.
Yep.
I love history. That's tight. I will never forget that, actually.
And it was tucked out of the way, man. Nobody. There was no access other than that one.
We weren't bothering nobody.
Yeah.
And that was the thing of you're out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
But they go, there's Benny again. There's Benny. Let's go get him. And I'm going, wait a minute. I'm not bothering businesses. I'm not bothering neighborhoods. We're in an industrial area, which doesn't require XYZ. You keep telling me. And not to mention, if you go on the walls inside or you want to look at my book, we are exempt from anything and everything. But you know, when they finally got me, they got me personally on my name and not the Arizona Latin Association. So when they gave me tickets finally for the last raid, they wrote it in the Arizona Latin Association name, but they went and changed it into the courts. And when the judge says you're going to do 15 days in the tents for not having a dance hall use permit, I'm going, Your Honor, how are you getting me when they wrote the ticket to the Arizona Latin Association? It's a nonprofit agency, which is exempt. How are you getting me for it when I'm the director and incorporator? And he just looked at me. He says, "That's it." He didn't want to answer me. You know, it's in the record, but
They got fired.
it was the judge that worked for the city municipalities. So of course they're all working in conjunction together because it wasn't a court outside of the city of Phoenix. It's the municipal courts downtown next to the city building. You know, it's all city. So they're all talking to each other. So it's all about let's get rid of Benny.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Hitless.
Benny, the Godfather's still here.
Yeah.
So-
Anything Benny touched back in the days, he built a name for himself. So he had that solid. Like if he moved the place, everybody, the whole crowd would go. No, they wouldn't stay at that building. They'd go where he went. Like he was the party. Like that was the place to be.
The police told me one time because I said, "Why do you guys keep doing these?" They go, "Benny, you're not doing anything illegal. You're just the magnet."
Yeah.
I go, "Okay, I see what you're doing." I said, "But you guys are working for me." Well, we're helping, but we can't stop what the other ones want to do to you. Because even at the Benny's, the car show happened. Remember when they had the problem on stage with the bikini contest at the car show in 96, 96, 97? Well, how much time we got on the show?
How much time you need?
Oh, okay. Okay, so here it is, 103.9. We're coming in, we're live. I'm buying commercial time. And Johnny Lazoya, of course, was doing the car shows, and I don't give a shit about naming his name. So I get $3,000 worth of commercials weekly, and I'm making the money and I'm paying it. And, you know, we're paying for the image because you got to pay and you got to promote and you got to keep things going. Because if not, you don't have nothing because you got to promote your business. And that's just the way it is. You can't go, oh, you come work for me and bring your crowd. What the hell is that all about? Right. You know what I mean? You want all the business, then you gotta afford your own business and do what it takes to get that business going. That's just business 101. So the owner of the station, well, one of them, and the manager and my boss come to me when I get there early. He goes, "Come in the office," and they go, "Johnny wants to buy time for the car show, but he doesn't have the money." I'm going, "Okay." I didn't say nothing. I go, "Okay." He goes, "Will you give him half of your weekly buy?" I said, "You want me to pay for his commercial time for the car show?" And they go, "Well, what would you want if we utilize and you help us help him promote the car show?" Because the station wanted the imaging to be taken away from Power 92 because you had a 100,000 watt station and a 20,000 watt stick, but we were kicking Power's ass. We were beating the shit out of Power 92 with the music we were playing and what we were doing. We were really tearing a hole in their ass.
Right.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
Yeah, when 103 came in, they took over.
I was around for that shit.
They took over that because my radio station automatically went to 103.9. Man. I never when it first came out, man. Like you said, it was a party in the desert, bro. And it was like an underground kind of vibe. You know, they played underground music.
Yeah.
You're playing that.
And it
kind
was
of
our
shit.
stuff. It was old school.
Yeah.
It was what we're driving around in our cars with and bumping. And
Yep.
right there, our guys just turned away. That's every song that we love. Yeah,
One
yeah, and then it was comical because Steve coming in from the desert. You know,
Yeah.
where's Steve? It's aliens. We landed out here.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing, and you just couldn't wait to get that next promo, that next piece on what's happening.
Right.
So it was perfect timing. So anyway, back to Johnny's car show. So Johnny promised that he would give them a lowrider to raffle off. Don't know what happened to that, but.
Yeah.
Message.
Oh shit. Where the lowrider at?
So what I said is, really, you guys want me to give him half, and you want me to pay for his car show? I go, what am I going to get out of this? And they go, what do you want? I said, you know what I want? I want the official after car show party at the Benny's Sunday night, because it's a 2-day event.
Yeah.
I said, Sunday night, all the artists at the bar, right there, and we have a 3-day weekend. Car show, Benny's, after hours till 3 on Friday, Saturday.
Right.
So it works. And I said, this is how we're going to package it. So it'll work for everyone, including the radio station, you know, and I'm paying for the damn thing. I should have some say in it.
All the
So-
say.
So we did that, and they said, okay, you got the official after car show party. They promoted it inside the Civic Plaza. We promoted it on the radio, and the promos, the station kicked in, all the commercials I had. I mean, it was a car show Benny's weekend. It was a win-win for all of us, and it was. But that Sunday, they had a bikini contest on stage, and what happened is Johnny somehow had my bouncers from the bar. I had like 30 bouncers because we were getting 2,000 people, and you know, we got to keep everybody safe. And all of a sudden, you know, my cousin Mark, he made a deal to do security, and I'm not at the show, and I see pictures later of the Benny security running the stage, and then I get a video, and here's the girls grinding and all this and that, and then Bobby, rest in peace, from Lighter Shade of Brown, was on top on the stage grinding, and it was a political. It was a Bobby, rest in peace.
Yeah.
It was a political summer that summer with all the, like what we just went through with the campaigns. So somebody started crying, is what's going on here with all these off-duty police, and you got this and kids out there watching this on stage, and then the following Friday I get raided at the Benny's, and they come in with the fire department at the bar, and they pull me on the side to keep me out of the building, and it is Vice, and I'm going, what are you guys doing? They go, where were you in the show? I said, I wasn't there. I run this place. I said, I wasn't there. Well, you were there. You were on stage. I go, I wasn't there, period. You can ask the radio station, and you know. And I said, and if you really want proof, I said, I got a VHS of what went on that stage, which I already know you have. I said, I'll give you a copy of my copy just to show you I wasn't there. But they had the Benny's shirts on, the security. Yeah. And I understand what they did, but they wanted to blame me because on my commercials the following week, I was going to do a bikini contest. And so they were trying to shut it down. No bikini contest, Benny. So they were blaming me for what went on. But I told them, I said, why don't you go talk to the promoter, Johnny LaZoya? Why are you doing this with me? That show I have nothing to do with. I said, it's not my show. It's nothing. I go, you know who did it. But here's Johnny quiet and letting them go in a different direction to get him off the hook. But eventually Bobby got in trouble. He did some, what was it, probation and whatever. Eventually,
community service.
yeah.
Off of bikini, off of what?
Well, he was
more than
he
that.
was bumping, grinding, and grabbing cachetas, which are nalgas.
I know what all that is. Yeah, I know what all that is.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm
it
just
was some
saying.
inappropriate shit.
Like Uncle Luke.
But I understand there's families and kids, you know. But it's the car show. It's been going on that way for a long time with the bikini contest. He took it to a little extreme. It was just Bobby, he's right.
Uncle Luke. All right.
But it was politics. It was the complainers, and not to mention it was on the news every night. What are we gonna do about this? What's happening? What's going on the news? The news was eating it up. So the city wanted to let's get somebody.
I didn't know there was no Freaknik in Arizona.
Let's get Benny. No, go get Johnny. I have nothing
Was
to
it
do with
Benny or
that.
Diddy? I'm just asking.
Is there baby oil involved?
So that Lowrider Super Show at the Coliseum, at the Memorial Coliseum, they were doing the hard body shit and everything also too. But
The Loretta shows.
yeah, so and then they just finally cut all that shit out. That's why we haven't seen
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, they did.
I was way too goddamn young to be at these shows.
Yeah, man.
God
But-
damn.
but-
It's everything being young.
But towards the end, man, the hard body contests were turning into more like a wet t-shirt contest.
Yeah.
People were just flaunting their shit, you know.
And that was happening at nightclubs. I mean,
Yeah.
that was just the thing that was happening at a lot of places.
You talking about hard body like the cars or hard body like
Like the
girl?
girls. That's what they call
I don't
it.
know
what the
fuck that means.
Hard bodies.
Well, it was both.
Right.
It was both.
Hard bodies. Hard
Crossing
bodies
over.
was a statement for finance women
Yeah.
in bikinis. That was the hard.
Oh, like
body.
plaque out,
It wasn't guys.
Ah.
It was girls.
It was yeah.
Oh, but shit, man. Yeah, give her brother friends.
No.
Grow up, dog. Grow up.
Message. No education.
Shit.
Message.
But that's what they would.
Oh, don't you use my shit on me. I ain't gonna
But that's what they would call the people that participated in the bikini contest with the hard bodies. Because she had a hard ass.
And in my parties, we were doing sexy body contests, and then that evolved with
That
bikini and
makes
different.
sense.
Because $100.
Yeah.
The whole thing was do what it takes to win the money. You know what I mean? Within reason, because we had security. within
reason,
Within
though.
reason.
Yes,
And
right.
we made sure it was within reason, because even doing other stuff, I'd make sure do not show anything.
Right.
I'd go and put the mic down. I said, better not show anything, because you're going to be right back there. So yeah.
Show it back there.
Yeah.
That's where OnlyFans got started. I knew not.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But you get the rumors and you get this and you get that left and right. And here it's like, why are you raiding me? And why is the fireman saying you can't open tonight, or closing you? And I go, why? He goes, because you don't have a couple of what is it?
Tenderonis?
The lights that come in, the emergency lights.
Oh, the floodlights.
Yeah, the emergency lights that kick in when the power, in case
the
the power
generator
goes out,
Floodlights.
and it goes in it, and it's covering the doors of the exit.
Every
And I
exit.
go, okay, Mike. His name was Mike. I said,
Damn, Mike's.
Mike, I learned a lot. I said, and by law, your job as a fire department or inspector is not to close down businesses. I said, and you have to give me legally time for me to resolve this before you even attempt to close me
Like
down.
30 days, 90 days.
And he looked at me, he goes,
60.
He goes, Benny, you're right. I said, I know I'm right. I said, I've been through this with those guys using you to close down stuff. And he goes, okay. He goes, you got 3 hours. I went to Home Depot. I went and got the emergency lighting that plugged into sockets that were already there. And I got them on all my exit doors. And I go, okay, Mike, turn the power off. Lights on, doors done. He goes, Benny, you're open.
Damn. Like
And I
that.
said, yeah.
They don't build them like that no more.
But Mike was cool because he did say, I know what they're doing. But he had to follow through with whatever they were trying to get him to close us down. We didn't get closed down. Not at all. We stayed open. And this was the bar that was already there and established with the city years before it got there. But, they want to control certain things, and the city was doing what they were doing. Now look at the nightlife downtown Phoenix.
Huh.
Where did that come from?
Huh.
And how come everybody out there is partying and club here, club there?
Yeah.
They were
Ain't no hard body contest.
well, the city from the 90s and late 80s wanted to revamp downtown. So what they did is all the little outlying bars with liquor licenses, and I found out later because, of course, I had business. They were going and trying to close out all the bars. So if the bars aren't open, there's more licenses available to put where? Downtown Phoenix. And there's only so many within a population that they give. Well, what are
Now
they
they can
doing?
regulate it.
They're closing and they're harassing and they're doing X, Y, Z. And that's what they did for good 10, 12, 15 years. And
Right.
now look at downtown, it's prospering. So they did a lot of, regular citizens dirty.
I
And
hate
a lot of
going downtown.
businesses closed.
That sucks.
And this political statement from your godfather.
Yeah.
Be careful.
You dig? Well, with that being said, I don't know how much time. Unless you got. We can sit here all night, but we are around our time for ending the live ride podcast. But I ain't trying to just end like that. So I'm saying we're gonna go through our ones and twos, your handles, how people can find you, man, where they can reach you at. Whatever you got coming up, give out your ones and twos. Ace the promoter, you know how this. You know how that
it
goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And then we'll go on and get up out of here, man. And then we definitely got to have another show, man, because
Yes.
I feel like you got I'm just learning so much
I
right
do.
now. I'm on, yeah. So next
I do.
Wednesday he'll be. But for real though, man, thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm gonna go ahead and hand the mic back over to the Godfather of Love and let him go ahead and do his thing, man.
Well, you can always find me on Facebook, just Benny Arce. You can find me Godfather, it's twitch.tv, Godfather of Love on Twitch. And I do live shows just about four days a week on Twitch. Yesterday, did a live show, and last night at
I
10
gotta get
o'clock.
that.
And I'm doing slow jams at night, and we're mixing it up. So I'm still mixing. And if you want to come hang out with us and come to Coops this weekend, I'm there every Friday, Saturday night. Big Dog is there every Friday, Saturday night. And for Joshua, I'm more than just the light guy. I just do more than run the light.
Message.
Josh, the lights and the sound system in the bar is mine. And that whole nightclub is the DJs, is us. But it's Tim as well. Because the owner, Tim, his first bar job was when he was 16 with me at the Benny's on 20th Avenue, McDowell. We're family. We're all friends and family. And thank you, Josh, for doing an after party at the end of the month with us there.
Right.
So, yeah, but I'll run the lights for you.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And what you got, AC?
I could say something about Josh too, but I won't. So anyways, I mean, yeah. Okay, so Friday, Coops. Friday, it's going down. Coops. Benny Arce is going to be in the mix. Also, DJ Dooney's guest DJing. You might know him from Catalina's on 16th, and then he does some other stuff too. But DJ Dooney, and then I'm also performing. It's going to be a crazy night. It's going to be packed. Shout out Tim Marquez, the owner of the bar. I worked with him. He's brought me to. I did Pink Rhino with him. I used to host Thursday nights there. I think I hosted Wednesday nights at Essex, and then he got me my DJing job at Coyotes. When I DJed at Coyotes for 3 different times there. But so that's my guy for years, too, family. And he's a family guy. Shout out AL3. He'll be there on Saturday. Coops. So
I'll be opening up for Albert at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, and that's the official. He's from here. He's the official DJ of the UFC, man. That guy, I've known him forever. I've seen his. You seen us all grow.
He's worldwide, international.
Godfather. You've seen us all grow, right? From like being born, basically.
Almost.
You know what I'm saying? Like so yeah. So Friday, Coops, Bar and Grill, free. It's a bar. If you don't know what it is, like some people, Brittany, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? So and there's no cover. Come out, have a good time. It's gonna be live. Get there about 9 o'clock, and then hear some good music. Then Saturday, it's gonna be with me and then Trino and Adam. You might know influencers on TikTok, 2.2 million followers. Also about 300 and something K on Instagram, and then I'm the manager as well. So we're doing all kinds of stuff. It's the first time ever in Arizona. So I hope Live Ride's gonna be there, get some behind the scenes. That'll be dope. And then on Saturday, we're gonna be at Bodegas at Westgate. At nighttime, we're gonna be there. It's gonna be a live party there, movie. And then Sunday at Arizona Organics, AZO Organics. It's a dispensary from 4 to 7 p.m. Before they fly out. We're gonna do that and stuff. And I might even stop by the Taste of Phoenix, which is my guys. Bring them over there. Bring them over there just to go eat real quick after we do something during the day.
You're taking me to eat after this.
Yeah, we're going to eat.
With that being said, man, this is Agent Zero. Thank you guys for tuning in on another Wednesday night. I want to say the big thank you, man, for taking the time out of your life, man, to be here
no
tonight.
problem. I love doing stuff like this.
As you can tell, man, I grew up listening to you, man, and being part of the stuff that you were, involved with. I didn't know that you were involved with that kind of stuff.
Had to create it. We didn't have nothing back in the day. We had dreams and this and that, but we didn't have much. Had to create it.
I want to see growing up here in Phoenix, Arizona, man. I want to say thank you for what you've done.
Thank you.
For the
for
past
that.
and for the future, what you're doing now. Sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, though, man, I want to say thank you for that. It was a real big deal for you to be here tonight.
I appreciate that.
With the legend, bro. I mean, because I grew up listening to it. I grew up.
I'm just
so
fucking around.
Yeah,
but I knew all the knowledge that you didn't even know Benny's and Benny's was the same Benny's.
Yeah. But I do thank you, man. I appreciate it that you took your time out of your life to be here tonight, man. And you're more than welcome to come back anytime, man. I know these clowns over here joking around, man, but I'm being sincere about it.
I appreciate. Yeah, I get you.
So I want you. I see that everybody over here joking around. Look, everybody joking around.
Hey, so cheers.
Yeah, but thank you, Benny, for coming out tonight, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. It surprised me when you guys reached out because I watched his show and I watched, Josh and them, and I'm at home doing my thing and I'm going, I love this. I love watching it. I like what I'm seeing. And I'm going, I know AC. I know Josh. He lived in the apartments 15 years ago around the corner from me. And not to mention, he was coming to the Dome and doing all that too.
Yeah.
So when he was a kid. So yeah, I appreciate that. Everything I've done, because I always wanted to put back into the community. And all those years that I've seen political people or other people say we're doing this for XYZ, it's not what they were doing,
Right.
and it was all about the money. And then people go, Benny, you're doing it for the money. I said, the money is paying for itself. So there's a difference. There's a difference when it's a nonprofit, anti-gang, social activity geared towards them. We don't have to beg for nothing from nobody.
Read that.
Let's say. Good show, guys. Thanks, Benny, for helping raise us with your sounds. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just only me. I went and pulled DJ Shy out of high school to replace some of the
shit.
DJs. A lot of the
DJ
young
Shy.
DJs that came out, I put them on the stage to replace other DJs that Mr. Car Show was telling people, hey, Benny's not doing Thanksgiving this year. I'm doing it. And they go, Benny, we can't work for you. And I go, okay, I'll replace you. And thing about it is, I know the owners of the venue. There's nobody doing nothing there. You guys have a table on the side of the stage, and that's what happened that day.
Miss, no, it's fine. I ain't gonna do one with another one.
But
I had enough tonight.
I never had the chance to give the back history on stuff on
Right.
what went down, but there's people that I got to give a lot of props to, and there's other people that you're hurting things. You're hurting things for your own personal, whatever it is that you're doing.
Right.
Don't hurt it. Work together.
Yep.
AC, I could be an ass and go, another promoter, oh, fuck him. Hell no. This guy right here has worked his ass off, and he's brought up the next generation, and he's still not done,
Right.
So yeah, it's like, keep going. And thank you guys. I love the show.
Thank you, man.
Aw, man.
You're welcome back anytime, man. On that note, man, once again, thank you. Thank you, Riz, for being always in town. And
Thank
Mike
you,
Mike Nino taking care of
Hey,
the technical problems, and Alfonso Black Magic behind the scenes over here.
Man, you said it's government and it's
I'm sorry.
Follow me.
Now, hey, thank everybody for tuning in
Yeah.
on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, YouTube. Hey, man, I just want to say, man, this is by far right now this year, probably last year too, one of my favorite shows, just because I learned so much. And I'm always,
And it's your favorite show.
yeah, it's one of them because there was another one. There was another show.
I have been
Earlier,
here. I have
I
been here
seen-
twice. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, you've been here almost every goddamn week. No, but hey,
And you talk a lot.
it was crazy, man. It was,
do it, huh?
to learn so much, man. I was coming back and forth between Vegas and San Diego and here, so I would tap in and then move and whatever the case may be. But then when I moved out here, we lived here. Then I started hearing the radio, and just to know where that background came from is crazy to me. Like I didn't know, like it's just all a big thing, man.
Legend.
Man, so it's so real to me right now. So I definitely want to have you back on the show so we can
Thank
just
you.
break down some of these other things. Like I remember cruising on Central with my uncles and you know what I mean? And yeah, it was divided because there was black people and Mexican people here, blah, 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 right? But it was still one unity, but it was just kind of so that whole
We were
breakdown right
we were
there.
together.
Yeah, that
Phoenix
whole
was
breakdown-
together on
yeah,
that.
so it's crazy to know that you were the guy behind a lot of the music that was, and I'm not about to get into it because it ain't about me, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, thank y'all for tapping in. RIZZITY, tapping out.
8-0 out. Benny Arce out.
Thank you.